Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, there's big news out of Ocala, Florida, with the recent news of Susan Lorincz, 58-year-old lady, accused of shooting and killing Ajike Owens, nicknamed AJ. She's a mother of 4, and they were neighbors. Susan Lorincz supposedly, as you guys have heard the news, got into it with her kids outside, then into it with AJ, the mother of the children, in which Susan took the law into her own hands and fired a gun through her door, striking AJ Owens in the chest. Now, there's been much debate. An arrest wasn't made. You know, there were eyewitness accounts, and the police were gathering data. There have been protests, and I respect them out there for them protests. You know, and after a day of protests, the news broke today, early this morning, that Susan Lorincz, 58 years old, is getting charged with manslaughter, and she's been arrested. Now, I'm going to play this press clipping real quick. I keep saying press clipping. Video clip. Let you guys take a look at it, how all this stuff went down, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Let's go.
Video this morning shows a woman in handcuffs after allegedly shooting her neighbor through her own front door. 58-year-old Susan Lorincz is charged with manslaughter with a firearm, a first-degree felony with a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. This is Lorintz's mugshot. Fox 35 got it minutes before 1 o'clock this morning. First appearance begins at 9 a.m. We are in contact with jail officials about whether she is scheduled for that time. The arrest follows a day of protest over the death of AJ Owens, who was killed after being shot through her neighbor's door.
Yeah, the pair were allegedly in a dispute over a children's tablet as well. And Randy Hildreth is live outside the Marion County Jail this morning. Randy, the sheriff has spoken exclusively with Fox 35 about the arrest and the ongoing feud between these two neighbors.
Hey, good morning to you both. And one of the more difficult pieces of information that's come out of this investigation is that Owens's children were key witnesses in piecing this story together. I do want to break down the very latest that we got from the sheriff's office in the series of events that unfolded that day that ultimately led to Owens being shot. Now, one of the things that the sheriff's office has said is that Lorincz was angry at Owens's children who were playing in a field near her home. We're told that she started yelling at them, which was overheard by a neighbor. One witness says that Lorincz used racial slurs towards the children. Now, deputies confirmed she threw a roller skate at the children and one was hit. Now, they do say that an older sibling of Owens went to the home first to talk to Lorincz, and she swung an umbrella at them. And that's when they say Owens went to the home and knocked on the door. They say Lorincz fired one shot through the closed front door, and it hit Owens in her chest with her 10-year-old standing next to her. I want to show viewers that mugshot again that we got overnight. Now, Lorincz claimed that the shooting was self-defense and that Owens tried to break down her door, but investigators say between witness statements and surveillance video, that was not true, and Florida's stand your ground law doesn't work in this case. In that exclusive interview with Sheriff Billy Woods, he acknowledged the growing calls for Lorintz's arrest, including protests yesterday, but he said investigators needed more time to go through everything.
We know the direction is going, and we can't give out information, and it's difficult because here's the truth. Did we want to make the arrest that night? Absolutely we did. There's no doubt about it. It's tragic when we see somebody that just shoots through a door and shoots another human being, really just because of a neighborhood squabble.
Now, Attorney Benjamin Crump, the civil rights attorney who is representing the family, released a statement. He is pushing for continued accountability as they continue to work through this investigation. He called in question the stand your ground law. He is expected to have a news conference at noon today with Owens'.
All right, guys, there's the news clip. And this is sad. And it's unacceptable. The year is 2023. Not 1823. It's been affirmed, and I'll leave the link to the 40-minute special where they talk about this woman, and all of the neighbors come out and speak in defense of Miss AJ Owens about how rotten this woman was. You running around here one part that stood out to me, and what you'll see in the description box when you go and look at this, they said she was openly coming outside, berating the children that were just playing. Those children. Neighbors saw this and spoke up. Said she was using the N-word with the hard R at the end. Multiple times. Who would put up with that? Like I said, all this came over dispute supposedly of a laptop. I mean, of a tablet. You know, the child went over there with the laptop. She chased him out away from her door, threw a skate, hit the child. One of the older kids that's related, the sibling, went over there to her. She started swinging an umbrella, trying to fight that child. All the while trying to hide behind this law, and I was innocent, and nothing happened. I mean, I didn't do anything. It's a mixed neighborhood. You'll learn that too if you go and do your investigation. It's a mixed neighborhood. All type of children out there. You saying all this stuff, you got black folk, white folk, Hispanic folk, and you're out there saying that type of stuff. And it's funny you did all that. Now you're locked up, and white folk in the community came right out and told on your ass, yeah, she was messed up. Nobody messed with her. You can't act like you're better than somebody else living in the same conditions or area they are. Because obviously we move and shake at our own financial independence of where we are financially, where we pick to choose where we live. So you ain't no better than nobody else. Their struggle is your struggle, the same thing. She tried to hide behind that law without even knowing how the law worked. You can't hide behind the stand your ground law if you're the one that's the aggressor and doing ticky-tack stuff to make people knock on your damn door to cuss you out or whatever. They gave her what? A manslaughter charge. I'm not feeling that. She need to get a second-degree murder charge, because manslaughter is when you do something, you commit an action that kills somebody accidentally. Second-degree murder charge usually is what? When you do an action of physical harm to someone, knowing it can kill them, but you didn't mean to kill them. That's why I'm saying to myself why she ain't got second or third degree murder. I don't know the Florida statute. You know what I'm saying? But from my understanding, the normal description of second degree murder is such, what she did. Now they arrested her, they grabbed her on Friday and put her in handcuffs, put her in the back of the car and released her. That's what sparked a lot of outrage. People like, hey, how you let her go? She willingly shot this lady. And it was horrific for other people to see, because neighbors, what guys, you didn't know this, when she shot the woman, one of the children ran across the street to a neighbor and got them and said, help, somebody just shot my mom. And the lady said, I immediately know who it was. Everybody knew this woman. She had a bad reputation in the neighborhood. See, this right here is the worst kind of Karen. See, there's all different type of Karens. Like there's all different type of juggernaut females and males. This type of Karen is the worst kind. Worst kind. You know what I'm saying? This one, and I'll put the species name below, is the worst of the worst. Thinks she better than everybody. Thinks she run the neighborhood. She can say what she want and ain't nobody going to do nothing to her because she's saying it behind the closed doors of the window of her house. Don't care how nobody feels about her, but inside it eats her up that she can't get along with other people in the neighborhood. I thought initially she had a problem with just the lady. No, she had a problem with the kids. Maybe because they live next to her. It's always things you can do if people are victimizing you. You can call the cops. You can get a restraining order. You can have stuff documented. She never did none of that. Just took it into her hands. Oh, you know what? Stand your ground rule. I'll piss them off. And when they come knocking on the door, I'll shoot and say they threatened me and all this other stuff. This woman was totally out of line, and I hope they push everything as far as giving her the max. She come in there, old, 58 years old, ain't got no damn wisdom. Definitely ain't got no intelligence, because what she did lacked smarts. All in all, it's messed up. 4 children on their own. Her dumb ass in jail. Mother of the 4 children gone. And for what? Because you got in your feelings. You couldn't resolve conflict. Couldn't use intelligence. Couldn't sit down with the mom and come to some type of agreement of, hey, listen, I'm out of order. Let's try to wipe the slate clean. I mean, we can't wipe it clean, but I want peace, and I know you do too. Can't do that. Can't do that. And it backfired on you. And I hope you get everything that's coming to you. Guys, it seemed like in that neighborhood, the people didn't have much, but they did have each other, and she excluded herself from that. It's amazing how they came together. People came from all over and protested. And people wasn't scared to speak up and tell the truth. And speak for Ajike Owens. That's admirable. No matter what color they are, they came out and they spoke for her. They put a voice where she was silent. And I respect that. Guys, check out the bigger video in the description box. And, just comb through it. Look at some of the stuff they said this lady was doing. First of all, you threw a roller skate and then you run around here saying the N-word to my children. And they said she wasn't just doing it that day. She was doing this. This was a history of her just doing this to these kids. Kids should be able to go out and play. They're going to make noise. They got to expend their energy. What the fuck is wrong with you? As always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.